So I'm just trying out my piano after my piano technician has been, so Iain Kilpatrick from Cambridge Pianoforte has been tuning and servicing my pianos, both this one and my teaching piano, which is a Kawai Grand. This is a Schemmel concert piano, and he's been tuning them for many, many years. This piano I bought from new almost 20 years ago, and the Kawai has another story to it, which I'll maybe tell you another time, but that's the piano I teach on. It's a beautiful piano. It's got a really mellow sound, as has this one. He knows exactly how I like my pianos. He knows I don't like a harsh sound. He knows I like a really mellow sound. And that's so important. So we've been working together for 20 years. And I used to have a Steinway in my other room. But as I say, that's a whole other story. This piano is absolutely beautiful. And I am completely in love with it. I'm completely in love with both of them for different reasons. In fact, you can never have too many pianos. The reason that I feel I wanted to talk to you today about piano technicians is nobody really talks about the importance of their role in pianists creating their sound. And of course, we all know that when we are going to play, to perform, we're often met with a piano that we've never met before, and the concert tuner is really, really important then as well. And Iain does tune for many, many concerts. In fact, in the next clip, he talks a little bit about someone that he tuned for recently for his concert, which is a really interesting little anecdote. And Iain has many, because he's been doing this for many, many years. You can voice a piano to a certain sound. So I mentioned that I like my pianos to sound mellow. I don't like a harsh sound. And there are things that Iain explains, because I asked him about this in my video. So the relationship between the pianist and the technician is a really, really important one. When you work on a piano that you've had since it was born, I like to think of it that way, it molds to you, it becomes part of you. And then the third person in that relationship, if you like, is your technician, who can fix any niggles and make sure that it's really evenly regulated, so that the piano is giving me back what I'm putting in, and it's reacting to me in the way that I want it to, and I'm reacting to it. So we've kind of grown together, because you never stop growing as a pianist. My teaching piano has different requirements. It gets a lot, this gets a lot of practice. Teaching piano gets a lot of different touches, a lot of different approaches, and I do try to make sure that it doesn't get any harsh approaches, any harsh playing. But of course, when people are learning how to develop a really nice sound, how to develop a round forte rather than a harsh forte, pianos can get an awful lot of stick. And so they've got to be well looked after. And I just think that we don't talk enough about our piano technicians and how important they are and how vital they are to us being able to create the sound that we want at the piano, and also keeping our pianos well maintained and suitable for teaching. They can also help you to choose a new piano and help you find the instrument that you might be looking for. Okay, so Iain, what is when you're tuning a piano, what is kind of the most challenging thing for you?
I think the best thing to do when it comes to piano tuning is consistency.
Right.
So if it's tuned regularly,
yeah,
it's easier, like you have done with your pianos.
Yeah.
And it's just making sure that it's even across, not only tuning wise, but sound.
Yeah, and how's this one doing now? Because it's nearly 20 years, since I got this. Is it ready for some work? How is it holding up?
No, it's very good. So over the time, not only have I tuned it, but I've also voiced it. So that's when you
Yes.
take the action out and you do some work
Yeah.
to the hammers.
Yeah.
And that keeps it in better condition and lasts longer.
Yeah, because you know exactly how the sound I like with
Yes.
my. So what is it that you do? You know that you do something to. Is it the hammers to make it sound a bit more mellow?
You either reshape them.
Yeah.
Where the hammers hit the strings and it creates grooves.
Yeah.
In the strings, and you reshape them to get a kind of clean connection back, or you can put pins in to distribute the tension that builds up over time. But not all piano tuners know how to do it. So a lot of people say they're piano tuners, but you'll find a lot of people are not fully trained or have even passed anything.
Really?
So you need to be careful.
Because I keep hearing that obviously piano tuning is a dying art now, and being a piano technician, which of course you are, because you can do much more than just tune the piano.
Yeah.
You service it, do all repairs, rebuild, don't you? Rebuild pianos. So, because Iain is at Cambridge Pianoforte and King's Hedges Road in Cambridge, and this is where I've got both of my pianos from. This one, the Schimmel, which is this Schimmel concert brand, it's been discontinued now, hasn't it?
Well, they've subtly changed it. It's now, instead of being a K169, it's a K175.
Okay.
So it's fundamentally the same, but it's just updated a bit.
And this is a beautiful piano, isn't it?
And nowadays you'd be paying a lot of money for that one.
What do you think now? Because
over 50,000.
Over 50. Okay, because I need to make sure my insurance is up to date with that on this one. I'm not quite sure with the Kawai. Maybe you can, when you look at that, you can tell me. So, the one of the things that I talk to my students about and subscribers about is getting the importance of having a good piano for your piano technique, for touch and tone, because a lot of pianos are really uneven, aren't they, in their touch and tone, and then that obviously does affect not just what people are hearing, but how they're developing in their technique. So do you go to a lot of bad pianos? I know you do a lot of really lovely pianos and tuning for concerts and for a lot of big artists and things. So do you have any fascinating little anecdotes from your piano tuning?
Yeah. I mean, last week I tuned for Nigel Kennedy, the violinist.
Okay.
And he's one of my kind of growing up was one of the big influences of getting into classical music, especially.
Yes.
He was so accessible. And it was the day before Aston Villa played in the European final.
Right.
So I went up on stage after rehearsal. He came across and said hello to me and had a chat. Because he also, not only did he play the violin, but he played the piano in that concert as well.
Oh, I didn't realise he could play piano as well.
He kind of enjoys doing that now. And then we had a 10-minute talk about Aston Villa.
Okay.
So nothing to do with music. He wasn't interested. He thought the piano was fine, but we had 10 minutes of a more important subject to him.
To him. Are you an Aston Villa fan as well?
No, I like football. I'm pleased he did well, but it was nice to see him
in a different...
And just to kind of, he wasn't, I find that a lot of musicians can be very stressed at that point just before a performance.
Yeah, of course.
And that affects the performance, and you try and help them be calm at that point as a tuner.
Yeah.
Him, didn't matter.
No.
It was lovely. I was really impressed with him. I was lucky.
That's really nice.
To tune, even though he was a violinist. But So that was nice recently.
That's a great story. And I'm sure you've got something that you probably don't want to share from people who are very particular about.
I'm very fortunate who I get to tune for. And the kind of work you get to do, which is good.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Iain.
That's okay.
I'll let you crack on.